Hello, everybody. Welcome. You guys all hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
All right. We are here. We are live. Jump
Hey
into the pool,
Sage,
everybody.
good morning.
Hey there.
Hey everyone. We've got 12 listeners.
Hey.
You can see Dubstep is around. Citizen. Oh, I see Top Boy there. So it's the AMA on 14th of April. We've got 15 people here. I see that Discord has been quite active. Everyone is waiting for a lot of announcements now.
Yeah, we queued them up. People are filing in. It's cool to see how everybody's. Wow, look at everybody showing up. Yes, some good news, good notes today. Good news and good notes. And as promised, I think people are coming to hear something about mayhem, maybe something about a
Yeah,
date.
yeah.
Not a date with me. Not a date with me. Someone was pushing that. It's not. It's the date of some game. I think.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know it is sad. No, I'm good.
There's
But
there's
hey,
there's mayhem. Then there's a lot of people talking about the rewards, for competitions, and people have been asking about the meta. There's just so much stuff.
yeah.
Sounds like we
Welcome.
should get right into it then, huh?
Yeah. Let me just do a quick kickoff, everybody. Welcome. It's the April 14th AMA with the Townstar team. We've been doing this every week. I think we might have missed one since last July. The goal is to share as much as we can, real information with everybody. Say what we're going to do and then do it. We're not always perfect, but we're working hard. Team really appreciates everybody being here, and we got some exciting news today. We will have to get on without story time. Mal's out, but Diablo and Michelle, why don't you guys kick it off, and then I'm gonna get ready to get the art ready to show while you guys are talking.
Awesome. Yeah, welcome to the AMA. Happy Friday. It's a great way to spend your Friday morning or evening, depending on where you live in the world. So maybe it's good evening. Happy evening. It's April 14th. I think we're skipping the Townstar live updates this week at the beginning. We'll put it at the end. We'll talk about the meta later, and we'll jump right into the Townstar on Godot updates. If Volcron wants to talk.
I sure do.
That's
Is my
but
mic working? Oh, sorry. What's up, guys?
no. There's some big news coming. I'm just waiting for it to go out. Go for it, Volcron.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet this week. We're all pretty much heads down like we are every week. It's getting more focused and more isolated on the changes and stuff. Of course, we have some interesting visuals and gameplay changes that have gone out over the past week into the playtest that a lot of people have access to. Some updated visuals for Epic Salt Station, and there were some of you noticed there were some missing icons for the proximity effects. That's been fixed. Um, touched the big warehouse again for the warehouse Miranda skin, and we did a lot of code cleanup and tech debt over the past week, which is I can't go into details, but that's been really good to see happening. And about looks like about between 12 to 20 other fixes that would affect your play. Um, worker labor costs, other like the big pantry proximity effects, wind pump proximity effects, things like that. And we also went into our services and our network, our backend, of course, like we do every week. We have a whole backend team for that, and making our load balancing and then the active user coordination. For example, who's on what servers and how do we distribute them and how do we deal with them. A lot of improvements there. Probably other stuff I shouldn't talk about because it's a little bit top secret behind the scenes, but a lot of hard work for the backend team. If they're listening, great job this week, guys. And as usual, and then a lot of quality of life fixes to our code base too. We're currently testing our fast forward tech. I mentioned that last Friday as well. So that's looking good. So that's our nickname for offline play. So we're testing that. And of course, coming in hot, the competitions, lots of testing going on there. People in the playtest will see the new UI that's been in there for a few weeks, whether you're picking casual or competition mode. And we're even fixing a bug that we found in the Godot engine itself and looking forward to contributing back to their code base to help them out. And that is it for the Godot updates.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
One of the things that's on everybody's minds are my ETH NFTs going to show up in game. Do you have any notes on that?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the big. Yeah, I think people are just like waiting on Discord. So Sage will give you that answer super quick in just a bit, but maybe big news time. Pablo, why don't you just release that big news?
Sure. Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing great today, tonight. I don't know where you guys are. So on the TSG side of things, we're working really hard to get the game out as soon as possible. Our current estimate is May 1st. So that's when we want the game to be out and live. We're currently on track. We're certainly doing everything possible to get it out that date. And that also means that the competitions will be moved to Godot starting with May 1st or May 2nd, I think, depending on when that date. I think it's a Tuesday, May 2nd. So, yeah, we want to do a competition test before that in the playtest. We'll open it up for everybody as soon as we can. So be on the lookout for that information, probably from Farmer Michel in Discord and in other means. What I can say about your NFTs is that we're working really hard to get everything in Godot as soon as possible. We may not get everything in for May, but we do have now around 70 to 80% of existing NFTs working in Godot. So we're working really hard to get many more in before May 1st. We're testing, we're running a bunch of, a lot of people are working really hard to get that done. The same thing with buildings, regular buildings are also being ported over. And the other aspect is ghost person skins. So we're not sure about ghost person skins. We have some estimates. We're trying to get as many as possible in too. So yeah, that's I think that's my update. Unless I'm missing something, Diablo.
That's so cool. I was just waiting for this. The last couple of days, I had some hint of this. Going out on May 1st. Couldn't really control myself. I was just waiting for this. Right. So cool. So just some questions that are coming up. Godot competition test would be lovely, right? So Pablo, you're just speaking about us doing some test. Maybe you could just go over that again.
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
I see Dubstep is asking for a Godot competition test.
Yeah, I mean, we do want to do a test. Probably not as long as regular competitions, but we do want to do at least one test in the playtest. As I said before, that means that we'll be opening up the playtest pretty much everybody before the official May 1st date. So be on the lookout for that information. I see a lot of comments are all the reported TSG bugs will get fixed till the launch. So we'll come out with a list of known issues. We're definitely trying to get everything fixed. But yeah, our priorities are going to be NFTs and other buildings that are important for May meta. So we'll come out with the official list and the official information of both NFTs that are working, ghost cards that are working, and the date for everything to be in shouldn't be over a month after after releasing in the new code base. So yeah, just keep asking me or Michelle about all the information you need, but definitely want to open up the playtest at least 1 week before May 1st.
Yay. And just so I got that correctly, Pablo, so you said we already have 70-80% of the NFTs in, and we're going to have most of the rest of it in?
So we'll get an official number before release, probably a week before. But yeah, if we're talking specific numbers, I think we're missing around 38, and we'll have like 28 more in a couple of days. So the complicated parts are the special ones, the ones that have like special effects that have component effects. But we are working to have as many as possible in for May 1st.
That's so cool. Like just hearing that we'll have 28 done in the next few days. Wow. So cool. Can't wait. And then so everyone just look out for that last week, 1 week before May 1, all the playtests, like give us all your feedback that you can. I know that the team has been working crazy hours to just make some of this happen. Like I didn't know we could integrate 28 NFTs so quickly, but wow, that's a lot. Super cool. Just quickly scanning through.
I see some questions about ETH, like ETH NFTs. I don't know if we've announced this before, but have we said that we're coming out with the ETH NFTs first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the first,
So
to start with, the game will be using everybody's ETH NFTs, and that was the decision to release just competitions, getting it tested without overloading it with putting everything on Jiri, turning on the Jiri chain right now. So the ETH NFTs that you currently have will be what you can use in the competition. Sounds like somebody's typing in the background there.
That's
It's
a
like
lot of
Voltron.
typing.
Voltron working away.
He heard that 28 NFT note. He's like, "Oh shoot, I gotta hurry up and jump on these NFTs."
Does anyone have any other live questions out there before we move on?
So I think Renee is asking, can you name some of the NFTs that are working in Goodart? So I think we'll have specific details soon. And yeah, and anyway, like when we have the competition available on the playtest, I think it'll be really cool to have a final number very soon.
Yeah, we'll make sure to like announce the list of NFTs that aren't built yet once we get to that point. So everyone's aware of what doesn't work before we get there.
Cool. So
wait, before you go, just so I see some comments there. Just be aware that anything that it comes out in the list that's not available. We're hoping it's really short list, but anything that's coming out that's not available in May 1st will be available, a couple weeks after that for all the competitions. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Actually, I was just the other day having discussions around, people not wanting to use NFTs, like a non-NFT competition and all of that. Well, this could be like a small subset of it, right? Fun nevertheless. Cool. I really want to jump on to May Mayhem. Can we do that, Michelle?
Yeah, you can jump to whatever you'd like to jump to.
Awesome. Cool. So first things first, huge giveaways. May Mayhem has always been, a lot of giveaways, and I just heard about what we've done, in the past, and so this time we're having $1 million equivalent of giveaways, in Gala. And so that's pretty cool. All, coming through competitions, referral programs, and loyalty rewards. So if you participated in the previous mayhems, you stand to gain a lot, right? Just remember that. So $1 million in Gala and NFTs, right? And here's another piece of information. We're going to have competitions every single week, same timelines every single week, right? So that's 4 competitions in May and huge rewards. And you'll get some of the details on the referral program. We'll have some milestones in them, and you'll also hear a lot more on the loyalty program in the next AMA. And but predominantly, if you're around during the previous May Mayhems, look out for some big rewards. Right? So I'm so excited. Million in terms of giveaways, $1 million equivalent in terms of giveaways. Yeah, I'm actually like catching my breath right now. Like that's a big number. Whew. Okay, so moving forward. Okay, let me just see. Are there any questions? I think there's just so much excitement. I see
Speed
all this
waffle.
big.
Speed waffle. Guys, when are we going to get speed waffle in? We've had that since December. We still haven't put it in yet. I think Redwood's going to just keep banging on it until we drop it in.
Well, it's such a fun NFT.
Yeah, it is. We have to. We got to figure that out. It's sitting in. It's like, you ever have something like a junk drawer in your kitchen where you open up and go, oh, there's that thing still in there. It's kind of like speed waffle is. It's a favorite, but we just didn't get it into TSL. So now it's probably ready for TSG, I guess. There's one other note I wanted to share up before we move on to other things. Past couple of weeks, we talked about bulk bridging. I dropped a leak earlier this week about the interface for that. That is in progress. And we had some other folks, I think Ed777 talked about making sure people knew what you needed to do with respect to your wallet. So thank you for those notes. But yes, bulk bridging when it's time for everybody. I know that was a big issue for folks in the past. So we're taking care of that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that too. Right. It looks cool. The small screenshot, the leak that you shared, Sage, really looking cool. All right.
Is it time for art? Do we skip art?
And how about
We definitely jumped around a bit, but I think art is, whenever you're ready to share art, definitely share some art.
All right, let me just load up. I'm back.
While you load up, maybe we can have Top Boy take us through the next competition, the
I've
sushi
got the
boat.
art ready to load right now.
Okay.
Here we go. Your guys' choice. Let me know what to do. I'll pop it on.
Please
there.
go ahead, Sage. I'll go after.
Okay, so a couple things to share. Drop it in there. Go ahead and just pop these over to you guys. It's a little bit of a lesson today. I want to share some of the things that we look at as we're creating art. There, just popped in there a little bit of the scene. You can see the pottery shop and a couple new buildings. This is what Gina does to create the art. And so we can get a sense of old and new, what's coming, what the new stuff looks like next to the old stuff. Some of it's exciting and interesting, but other things like the wind turbine, it's pretty much the same, right? It doesn't look a lot of difference. Doesn't look much different there. And then, of course, here's the updated pottery shop. Sometimes it's just a matter of making things a little cleaner, a little more pop, a little better, fixing like stuff like doors and keeping stuff, just kind of updating and popping a little, looking clean. Now, here's the thing that I wanted to share with you. I'm going to share a work in progress. This is not final, but look at these characters, the farmer and the rancher. Right? When you look at him, you're like, wow, that's so awesome. Look at the rancher shirt and the belt buckle and everything. But here's one of the steps that Gina and I go through. I'm going to share another image as a comparison. So when you look at the rancher and the farmer close up, you're like, wow, look at that shirt. It's so much detail. You can see all the plaid stripes on it and everything. But what we also have to do is say, what will that look like in game, right? And so when you zoom back, and that image might, depending on your screen, might be big or small, but when you zoom way back, suddenly you realize there's all those details are just gone or washed out, or like the shirt lines are mushed together or something like that. So that's part of the challenge when you go like, why don't you just redraw the rancher and just do that? You know, kind of like in the big picture. Yeah, we could, but you know, our job is to make sure it looks good at in-game size, right? And so that's some of the challenges that we go through each week. Farmer and rancher plus the other characters are going to be worked on more this week in terms of the concept and how they'll look. But you can get an idea where Gina's going for, what she's going for as you look at that bigger picture. Little finer facial details, little more detail on clothing, but not too much, because when it's tiny in game board size, you won't be able to really discern, you know, some of the details that are in there. So that's it for art. There you go.
Super cool stuff. There's probably a little more art that we'll leak a little later. Not really good art stuff, but something for much sooner. But let's have Top Boy take us through the sushi boat.
Yeah, I feel like it's been leaked a little bit. I know Mal talked about it some last week. But yeah, so the new meta is going to be the sushi boat meta. The ingredients for the sushi boat contain the salmon nigiri, obviously, which you know we built in the previous competition. It'll be 2 salmon nigiri, 1 eel nigiri, and 1 rice vinegar. So a couple of new crafts coming in, a bunch of new buildings, some new units. I think Michelle is going to put that detailed information in a post in the Townstar announcement, I believe. But I can go through some of
Yes.
that. So all the new crafts coming into the game. The sushi boat, you know, you're going to get 85,000 stars, 285,000 cash, and it'll be on a 30-second craft timer. Like I said, contains 2 salmon nigiri, 1 eel nigiri, and 1 rice vinegar. The ingredients for the eel nigiri are eel, white rice, and wasabi. Eel contains food mix. Food mix contains 2 roe, and roe contains seaweed. And there's also worm, and there's also rice vinegar, and then there's a wasabi crop. I can go into the ingredients for that, but I think it might get a little too much. I think Michelle's going to be sharing that post, and if the community has questions, they could reach out to me there. But we got new buildings, we got new crafts, and hopefully a lot of fun. So that will be the upcoming sushi boat meta. I could.
So I have a
Yeah.
question, Top Boy. So we're having a few people who've seen previously that it was 2 eel nigiris. So just want to make sure that it is 1, right?
It'll be 1 eel nigiri. Yeah, it might have been leaked, but I think that likely was a work in progress. But we want to tweak things around, and you know really put some math into it and make sure it all makes sense as a build, in the time it takes to build certain things. Yeah, it'll be 1 eel nigiri.
Cool. What else do you have to share, Top Boy? Anything else?
I mean, I got the sale for Monday, which I've seen some people speculating about, but I don't know what the order of things are, so I was gonna wait.
Go for it.
Cool.
I think I've been seeing what people are talking about as well, and I was like, we did discuss this. And so, anyway, why don't you go on and share?
Well, I got 2 other things. So I know people have been asking about the Play Everyday NFT that we want to give away at the end of the month or at the start of May. For this month, it'll be a common, uncommon, and rare version of a rice husk storage. So 10 common, 10 capacity for the common, 25 capacity for the uncommon, and 40 capacity for the rare. This will simply contain husk rice, and you will get it for playing 10 days, playing 25 days, and the node operators will get it for operating their node, or Townstar node operators will get it for operating their nodes for 10 days or more. Yeah, that's it for the retention, or sorry, the monthly play every day NFT. And then we obviously got the sale. I've seen some people speculating, and I've seen others speculating correctly. The item that's going to hit the store on Monday is a epic seafood warehouse. It'll contain the same crafts as you know and love from the in-game seafood warehouse. It'll be a 60 capacity. Obviously, it's not going to have build costs. It's not going to have. It's still going to require a shade in a road as an edge requirement, and it will be $130, and there will be a total of 600 of them that supplied in the store. So that's the item. I see people reacting positively to that, so that's good news.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. If people have questions, of course, they can hit me up.
So many exclamations, and for me it feels like, oh, people actually just said, well, I saw Willow Martin saying, I'm going to post the same thing many times till the AMA, and it's going to be this. And yeah, well, it was that. All right, great. I did see a question there. Does the diamond storehouse buff work on it? Top Boy, do you have the answer for that?
It should,
one?
yeah.
The diamond warehouse,
The diamond-
yeah, not the diamond storehouse.
Yeah, the diamond
I don't think there is a diamond storehouse, but
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it
right.
should work on it for sure.
Awesome. OMGs and so many exclamations all around. Like, oh, now people are asking for the discount. So no discount on this?
Felt like the $130 mark was a fair price point on this one. There's not going to be a discount on this one. But yeah, look at the art that Dan or Todd just shared. Very dope.
Yeah, that's super cool. I'm just seeing this new style. I mean, would be introduced with the platinum seaweed stand, and now again that showing up for the seafood warehouse. Oh, I feel like a lot of this sell out just because of the store art, but yeah, I might be wrong.
It is quite tempting, isn't it? You go in the store and you see the cool Townstar art, and suddenly you run out of Gala.
Oh wait, where did you just say run out of Gala? Okay, where's okay? There's Nishant or Qsera Sarah. Nishant, why didn't you give us finally what the final rewards are? Like, wow, there's been so much discussion the last couple of days.
Hi guys, I am Nishan. People on Discord probably know me as Kesara Sera. I am fairly new to the team, and so far I've been working on improving competition rewards. We have made many changes to the reward structure so far. First, let me tell you the biggest change that we have made. We have more than tripled the Gala rewards that we give out for the competitions, and we have added NFTs that go along with it. So going forward, for every competition, you will get both Gala as well as NFT rewards. That I believe is super awesome. As you know, we share. Yes. As you know, we shared the structure a few days back, and people were not very happy with it. So we learned from the feedback, and yesterday I shared the new structure. Many people loved it. We got some really great positive feedback, but we still learned that they weren't perfect. One of the biggest feedback we received from it was that earlier, so many people were getting super powerful NFTs, but not anymore. Unfortunately, we cannot give the best NFTs to so many people. Like it takes an ungodly amount of effort and planning to get to those top ranks, and they should be rewarded as such. So I believe we have found a middle ground. Like, let me drop the new structure that we have come up with in Discord. This is the new structure that is pretty close.
Like triple Gala and NFT rewards, that's like quadrupled, right?
Yes, more than triple the Gala rewards. Combine that with NFT, that's almost quadruple the reward that people used to get earlier.
Whew. That's a lot.
So as you will notice, the top 225 users like is still receiving an NFT that is almost just as powerful as the one they used to get. But the top 25 will now get a slightly better NFT. Like another change that you might notice is that we have changed the nomenclature a little bit. We want it to be in line with the recent items that we have released. We'll make sure to clarify all those things going forward, and you'll have a very clear structure very soon. We'd be happy to answer any more questions that you might have.
So you did share Diamond Power Plant. So is it what is the power plant card do?
Yes, so these will
I'm
be the
sorry,
rewards for
I'm
the
also
next.
new.
Yes, sorry, I completely messed that up. These will be the rewards that people will very likely get for the next competition. It will be an NFT that will increase the production rate of all your power plants across the board. These are the percentages of those impact, and we'll give a very clear what the NFTs will do very soon.
Wow, I can see this. There's just so much energy in Discord. Like whoa! By the time I read that, I'm just like, God, wow. Anyway, so lots of cool announcements today, right? I was waiting for today to talk about like TSG going live on May 1st. Like we were always, talking about 6 weeks, 8 weeks, end of May, June, all of those things. And I think finally just being able to run competitions on TSG, just not having to worry about, oh, is my FPS like 10 or, use a non-rendering version. And yeah, that was super exciting. Then like $1 million worth giveaways in the May Mayhem. And then now this triple plus quadruple rewards. Big stuff. I see Sage there, like TSG. Yes, TSG. All right. So any questions, specific ones? I'm just reading it out, and folks, Sage, Michelle, just help me out. I'm not really able to catch up to all these questions. If you see anything interesting.
Getty asked, will this last? Will these reward structure last after Mayhem as well, or just the next competition?
So, Nishant, you can probably help us with that, but I believe it'll be the next competition and thereafter.
It will definitely be the next competition, and thereafter going forward, unless we figure out that maybe we screwed something up, or we need to make a bigger change. But yes, this will be it going forward.
Yeah, just we're always like everything. Everybody, just so you know, we're always testing, trying new things. We'll make changes and adjustments as we go. Always continually driving towards improvements and making better, streamline faster, all those kind of things.
Yeah, and thanks for saying that, Sage. Like in the last few days, I think there's just so many people asking, hey, why the change? Why so many changes? I think it's just our way of saying we can iterate much faster, or we want to iterate much faster. And with TSG going live, we really want to focus on those improvements faster and not have to wait like months together, right? I did see one question there on, can we upgrade our ghost cards on Godot? So one thing I want to say, not specifically to that question, I think even in terms of the NFTs that may not be available that first 1 or 2 weeks, those would most likely be the ones which are just very recently introduced, right? If not, just 1 or 2 other ones which are probably still getting tested and all of that. So that's just some information. The last few NFTs might take another week or two to get implemented on Godot, but otherwise you should have most of them, including all of the ghost cards. Any other questions? Wow, there's just so much energy out there. I'm glad that so many of you are around. Thanks everyone, first of all, for I think in the last couple of weeks we've been getting so much feedback. Right, it's sometimes gets a little hard to kind of narrow down on some good feedback versus just hate comments all over. Right, I know things were probably felt like it was delayed and all of that, but still keep the feedback coming. Whenever there's this productive feedback, it's easy for us to take it back, discuss with the team, and we're constantly improving. Right, so we did that with the rewards as well. I see we had 2-3 versions, and then finally Nishan said, hey guys, this is what it is. So keep that coming. What else? Any other questions? Any of you see any questions?
Yeah, I see that Dash keeps asking for when the open pack for the corrupted luxury packs, when those open pack arts will be out. I'm not sure.
Good question. I actually don't have an answer.
They are currently outside of the short-term pipeline, but we know that was something that was promised. I believe Dan already has, or Todd already has the art for that. Sorry about that. So soon, that'll be my answer. Soon.
So I see PD Renee asking this question a couple of times. Is it okay that we use the same internet connection? We have 2 computers in our house and my sister wants to play. Is it against the rule?
No, it's
Michelle,
not.
I think
The rules are right on the support website. I already answered your question once today, PD Renee. It is not. As long as you are on separate devices and you've got separate accounts, that's not against the rules. You just can't have, you personally cannot have 2 accounts or have multiple accounts on one device.
cool. That answers that. I like how Origin does that question of who has 2 computers in their house. They must be rich. I kind of agree.
I see Mr. Potty Method asking when the meta is going to be live. I do believe that it ended up getting pushed back to Monday, Top Boy Q.
Yeah, it'll be Monday.
Yeah, we did not make it in time for it to be in live today. So Monday, the meta changes will be live.
Yeah. What else? What else? Meta updates in play. I think we're not seeing a lot of questions. Are we coming to a close then? Any other questions, guys? Yeah, this one's gonna be tough. Well, we just took out one eel nigiri, right? Or I don't know whether it was leaked wrongly, but yeah, it's not 2 eel nigiris, it's 1 eel nigiri. So maybe that makes it a little easier. Best AMA in a minute.
Moy's, the bug fixes for the storages, like the ground silo, I think was what the issue was in the big storehouse. Those should be fixed when the game update goes live on Monday.
Yeah. Great, great. So I'm not seeing a lot of new questions. So I'm gonna say again, like I can't say thank everyone enough for the kind of feedback and sort of the productive discussion that's been going on Discord. I know that there's a bunch of our audience who are not on Discord as well. But good feedback, useful feedback is always very useful for us. You could DM some of us, if you think it's not easily shareable, it's going to create a fire in the Townstar discussions channel. Feel free to DM me, Michelle, Top Boy, Nishan, anyone, and we'll take a look at that. Right. Thanks a lot, folks. I'm really glad that we had such a huge audience today. I guess we also had a lot of surprises, so yeah, feels really good. Is that a wrap, Michelle?
There's no other live questions? If there's not any other live questions.
Ooh, it sounds like a wrap then.
Dash, no, there's not a guild
Right.
competition in this round of competitions. I'm sure it'll be back at some point in the future, but for this next competition, I do not believe that there's a guild portion for it. And as soon as I finish going through those numbers, I'll get the ones from the last guild competition posted. Early next week is my goal.
All right, great. All right, thanks everyone. Great AMA. Thank you for being around. We'll talk to you again with more details on like May Mayhem and everything else on TSG next week. Do join us again. And till then, have fun with the next week's meta.
Hey, thanks
Have a
everybody
great night,
for
guys.
joining us. Lots of good work coming for everybody. Hey, and also thanks everybody for all the support you're giving the folks that are just joining the community, answering questions for everybody. It's really valuable. Really appreciate that. I'm looking at all the people still here. Nickel Apex, welcome. See you. Thanks for joining us. Lazy Lumberjack, nice to see you again. Crypto Yammy, there we go. GameFi Guide. Dubstep, of course. Thanks everybody for joining us. I'm going to jump off now. Got to get back to work. See you guys all later.
Bye,
Have a
guys.
good weekend, guys.